So, what's your name?
Jasmine.
And how old are you, Jasmine?
I'm 29.
29. And how long have you been here on the street?
It's going on 5 months.
5 months?
That's why been here 5 months already.
Okay, and how did you end up on the street? What are you doing here?
I was working in a restaurant. I was there for 3.5 years, and it was a family restaurant, and his wife actually ended up getting breast cancer, and they closed down their restaurant, and I ended up moving back in with my mum and dad.
Yeah.
And yeah, my dad's rather abusive, and I convinced my mum to leave because, like, I thought, yeah, there's plenty of organisations for us to go get help. Basically, we've been to launch, we got given a month, and then the crisis centre gave us a week, and we were told a 6 to 8 month wait on housing. Out of me and my mum, I do get a Centrelink payment now, but it's only $480 a fortnight. That doesn't do much for 2 people when you're out here. So basically, when I normally get that, I get 5 nights for my mum and I, and then we're stuck doing this the rest of the fortnight.
Well, so how do you spend that money?
5 nights on the hostel for mum and I. I normally buy a phone credit, which is $30, and then I do a bit of shopping, and then it's gone. Basically, the shopping only lasts the duration we're in the hostel.
So how many nights per week are you on the street?
About three nights probably out of each week we probably stay out.
Okay, and what do you do when it's cold? It's a fairly mild night tonight.
It's cold underground. We go to underground car parks. There's a few underground car parks. They close about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And if you get in there before they close and you're hiding in the stairwell, they'll just lock you in there overnight. So, not really meant to do it, but...
Are there any other places where you stay at night?
If we actually get stuck out and we don't get one of the car parks, my mum and I will generally, even though King Street's not a really good place to be, if you're down near the Cubs, there's security guards down there. If anything happens, they will help you out if anyone harasses you or anything. So there's a pretty good place. Otherwise, go up in the grounds. It's open 24/7. You just walk around.
And how generally do you find people? You're here on the street. You're obviously looking for some change, a bit of food.
A lot of people just act like you don't exist. I mean, I've had wine bottles thrown at me, hot coffees thrown over me, I've been kicked, people have been, like, on weekends, people can be rather cruel.
Is it mainly on the weekends, do you say, or?
It can happen any day, but weekends are the worst.
Okay.
Like, it can be, like, I had a group of 3 guys walk past, and they were all in business suits. They walked past, I didn't think much of it, and I was actually reading a book that night, and the next thing I know, one of the dudes literally came up and kicked me as hard as he could in the side of my leg, and then goes, oops, I didn't see you there. And that's not like an accidental, it was an actual kick, like, pretty hard. My side of my leg was black and purple for like a week.
How long ago was this?
About 3 weeks ago.
Old guy or young guy?
Mid-30s.
Okay. And in a business suit on a weeknight?
In business suit on a weeknight. I was actually sitting in front of that church over there.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just thought it was hilarious. And
why did they do that? Do you think?
I don't know. They were just drunk and thought they were being funny to their friends. I mean, like, they can't have that much of a good life if they're sitting there picking on homeless people, right? I mean, but yeah, some people get their kicks out of just being cruel, I guess. But then I've also met some really nice people out here too. I mean, on Christmas, because we were out here on Christmas, someone stopped and asked me and my mum how much we needed, and we only needed $28 to make the rest of what we had. He ended up taking mum and I down to the hostel, paid for 2 weeks in the hostel, and gave us $400 cash. That made mum and I's whole Christmas. I mean, like, we've never had someone come up and give us that much.
Now, as a homeless person, you can't get free accommodation, can you?
Like, no. Like,
overnight?
No, not really. Like, you can go to the crisis centre, but they'll only give you so much funding. So mum and I already got our week's worth off them, and you can go to them like every 6 months and get the week. I mean, like, we could go to other housing centres, but we lose our waiting list on where we already are because they send in a new application. So you're really hopeless on that.
How much does it cost to stay overnight in a hostel?
It's $38 per person. There is a King's one, but when there are some really sketchy people in the other one, and the one on Elizabeth Street actually had bed bugs, like a really bad case of bed bugs in there, so don't go back to that one.
Is it easy to raise $38 in the course of a day?
Some days it can be, but other days not so much. I mean, like, Mum and I sat out all on Monday, and between the two of us, we made $18 between two. Some days are just really hard, but then you get some days where it's pretty good.
But you find that people are generally generous. They give you food, they give you money.
Well, probably 1,000 people walk past me in a day, and probably out of those 1,000 people, maybe 12 people might stop. But when those 12 people, they normally are pretty good. They will buy us food and they'll make sure we're okay. And
Jasmine, what does it feel like to be ignored? You talk about people walking past you as though you're not there.
It sucks because it's already humiliating and degrading enough to be out here. It really is. But when, like, it's actually illegal to beg when you're out here. You're not allowed to use a sign or ask people. So you spend most of the day saying, hey, how you going? And you get ignored, or most people snap at you like, oh, no one carries cash or anything like that. It's like, sometimes you just want to talk to somebody to make you actually feel like you do exist. Because it's, I don't know, like, once you're sitting down here, it is like you are invisible. They don't want to know you. If they don't see or speak to you, they can't know what's going on, they can't feel bad or something.
Tell me a bit about your mum. Your mum is just around the corner, did you say?
Yeah, my mum's up, around the corner, sitting in front of the church around here.
Okay.
Because we have more chance of making someone stay when we separate.
Okay, so it's like working as a team. You break up and you...
yeah, we got double the chance of making someone to stay when we split up.
What's in your bags here? You've got bags here. What are they? What's in there?
Okay, basically...
You don't have to show me. You can just tell me.
Clothes and amenities and stuff that you need, shoes and that, you know, like basically anything a girl needs to survive.
Okay.
Like my shoes and that will come out of there, and this blanket will fit in. My other one I have to tuck under here because, like, I did have more stuff when I first came out in the street, but it just wasn't working. It's too hard to carry it all around with you. And actually, I had a suitcase at one point, and we used to have the backpack beds that you see on TV. We had it set up in front of the church here, but you can't fit your belongings inside. We were up during the night, and half of our stuff was gone.
Oh, good.
It was other homeless people that had done it.
Okay.
So, like, it's better to downsize when you're out here.
So even homeless people steal from you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And can you just tell me a little bit, Jasmine, about your background, about how much schooling you did, what you wanted to be when you were at school?
I had a pretty rough upbringing. My mum wasn't around. I was with my dad most of the time. My mum and dad didn't get back together until I was a teenager. I only did up to grade 10 in school. And once I ended up leaving home, I did my year 11 and 12 equivalency in 6 months through TAFE. Then I've done an apprenticeship in the kitchen, and I was working in the kitchen for 3 years. I love cooking, I really, really do. It's awesome. It's the one thing I do love to do. But when you're homeless, they don't want to hire you in the kitchen, which is kind of understandable. Yeah, I would love to get back in the kitchen.
Yeah, so what skills do you have?
Basically, I'm qualified in kitchen handling. I've done like pastry chef and everything like that. But I've also got like, I've done my business cert 1, 2 and 3 because like I was hoping to be able to open up my own restaurant at one point.
Right.
But other than that, like, yeah, I've only done my apprenticeship in the kitchen.
Okay.
So I haven't really tried to do anything else because that was the only thing I wanted to do. And I was lucky because where I was working, it was a family restaurant. I knew the people before they opened it. So when they opened it, they hired me straight away. And that was the only place I really worked. I'd only worked for them. So, thank you.
Thank you, it gets better.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max. Good everybody. Thank you.
I haven't really tried to do anything else because that's the one thing I knew I wanted to do. Because like when I was little, if I didn't cook, I wouldn't eat. And my dad wouldn't do that for me. And it was one thing I got really good at. I love experimenting with food and seeing what I can create. I mean, one of my favourite things, I do a dark chocolate chili Tim Tam cheesecake.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at me weird because the chili and the cheesecake. But it's not to give you that like heat or anything. It just leaves a warm afterglow in the back of your mouth and it's amazing.
Describe it again. What's that specialty called?
A dark chocolate chili Tim Tam cheesecake. It's amazing.
Did you make that yourself, or is it?
Yeah, I know. I made it myself. Like everyone looked at me like I was crazy when I done it, but it is really good. You don't let it like if it's not spicy, it just gives that warm after in the back of your mouth, and it's awesome. I mean, it's amazing. I mean,
and where are you from?
I was originally from Western Australia, but I lived in Tassie for 2 years. I did a year up in Queensland, and then I came over here, and yeah, I've been here ever since. It was actually on the menu where I used to work as well. Everyone thought I was crazy when I had done it. So I made it, everybody loved it. But like, I also don't drink, but I do a really good Honey Jim Bean Ferrero Rocher ice cream and a McDory mint chocolate chip ice cream. They are awesome, they're combinations, and like